Hey, everybody. I think some of you did the activation of the body of light over the weekend, so that should help to amplify the effects of the angels that we're doing. So, if you did do the 76 names of Metatron, I would say, along with doing the angel practice, keep doing your 76 names practice as well. It definitely amplifies the effect of angels. So, we are doing the angel Adoniel. And there's a bunch of things that I say here about it, but the thing that I would like to really kind of emphasize, at least in the very beginning, is this idea of guidance, right? And here it says that this is associated with like spiritual leadership or guidance, the cultivation of wisdom or the individual seeking to connect with their higher selves. You know, what does that really mean? I think the thing that I always try to be mindful of, and even when we have done classes through the years, I kind of always emphasize the experience, like have the experience, and then we'll talk about it after the fact, because I don't want to get lost in the intellectual, you know, chatting about it, so that we lose the experience or we get stuck with this idea in our head and then we almost kind of direct ourselves away from the actual experience or the actual connection. So I want to talk about guidance. And you know on one level we go, okay, I want to be guided in my life. I want to be guided to good things. I want to avoid bad things. I want to maybe develop and grow. You know, the thing that I would say about guidance, and it's really it's hard to get it from an intellectual point of view. Like, even though I kind of have said this a bunch, it's one of those things that there's like levels or layers of awareness of this. And when we think of the idea of, like, say, karma, for example, it's cause and effect. We've done something in the past, we hurt somebody in the past, we made a mistake in the past, whatever it is. Yeah, sometimes it is that, but most times it's us needing to learn something, needing to grow, needing to evolve, and we're stuck in the repetition. And I don't know, a couple of years ago I started kind of emphasizing that karma, there's the idea of karma, which is really the byproduct of a repetition and our intellect, right? Because our intellect is always dealing with the past and trying to maintain things the way that they are and kind of projecting outwards of, how do I bring some sort of stability, or how do I make myself safe, or how do I get what I want out into the world? And we're really not processing things. We're trying to maintain things. We're trying to defend. We're trying to protect. We're trying to keep things from falling apart. And this idea of this idea of karma, it is this cause and effect, but the cause and effect is because of the repetition, right? It's you're repeating things. You're always living from the past experiences, impersonal experiences. things you've memorized, things that you're doing, some template that you're following, some opinion that you have, some philosophy that is influencing you. And then there's intuition. And intuition is more about healing, learning, spontaneity. And so when we really break out of a karmic pattern, it's because of intuition. It's not because of intellect. It's never about intellect. And so the thing that I was saying a couple of years ago, and I still bring it up, but that karma has a lot more to do with how you think than what you think. You know, even if you look at all the things going on in the world, which side am I on? Which side do I pick? Is this right? Is that right? They're doing this, they're doing that. It's about none of that. It's about how we think about it. Are we getting entangled in it? Are we getting attached to things? Are we, you know, cultivating some aspect of our lower nature? Are we living our life in a defensive way or a protective way, or we are just doing the same thing over and over again? And really, how it boils down to is how we talk about the nervous system. You know, we talk about action activity or fight flight, and that is the sympathetic part of the nervous system that has to do with the external world, right? Has to do with certain functions in our body, but it's also how we interact with the external world. And really, n- not it's not about am I dysregulated in that area or am I not dysregulated? It's how badly am I dysregulated? Because we all are to a certain extent. Because if we weren't dysregulated, we'd be enlightened. I mean, bottom line. So, if you're wondering if you're dysregulated, you are. All of us are. And so we start unwinding these things and we start unwinding them and we start unwinding them. And then we come to the parasympathetic part of the nervous system, the rest and repair, where we process and we release and we heal and we learn and we break out of patterns and we do something new. And you can tell you can tell how dysregulated you are by really how much we avoid going into that phase, right? And this is the thing with karma, is that the karma is in that intellectual part. It's in that repetition. It's in the maintenance and all of that. And when we switch over to the intuitive part of the mind, it's not about karma anymore. It's about synchronicity. It's a developed soul putting themselves in the right place at the right time. It's being able to interact with something that might be incredibly negative and then being able to walk away because you're not entangled or you're not drawn in by the gravity. And this is not an intellectual choice. This is an intuitive process, right? It's an intuitive process. And so, on one level, you could say the guidance is kind of about something in this realm. And I would agree, it is something about this realm. And this is why working with the angels works so well, is you're bringing in an energy with consciousness. And so even when we're locked in protection and defense mode and trying to maintain everything and projecting and trying to make things happen and setting our intention so that it works out exactly how we want, so we don't have to change, shift, we don't have to grow, we don't have to heal. I mean, we all do it. We all do it, right? And the more that we bring in an energy with consciousness, it kind of holds this pattern where all of a sudden we can let go of that defensiveness. We can let go of that protectiveness. We can let go of that projection or that fixation out in the external world. And we begin to have this experience of really starting to let the light in. And once the light starts to come in, there's a consciousness to it. And it starts to kind of do things in our body, and it does things in our emotions and our mind. And you, you can easily say that when the light comes in, the drama stops. And I had this teacher that whenever the idea of karma would come up, and he'd always go, ah, it's just a bunch of drama. It's just a bunch of drama. And I would laugh, and I was like, it's a little more complicated than that. And he'd go, nope, it's just a bunch of drama. But if you think about it from the point of view of intellect, he's really right. Because when you really embrace that intuitive side, the drama does stop because you're processing it, you're moving through it, you're learning, you're growing, you're healing, you're evolving. You have some movement that's spontaneity or something. And so, over the years, I laugh now because we would have these long discussions, and looking back, I get what he was saying, and it's almost kind of funny to me now, but in the moment, it was not funny, right? And for those of you that were in on the weekend with Metatron, I started the day off talking about how if this is the higher soul, so far up above your head, and then it invests a piece of itself as the incarnated soul that anchors 12 inches above the head, right? So the higher soul invests a piece of itself down in the incarnated soul, and then there's these three little threads that come down, right? One lands in the pineal gland and is your mental permanent atom, and it makes up the blueprint of the mind, your mental processes, right? Your mental body. Then the other one is in the heart, the physical heart. And this is your physical permanent atom. And this makes up the blueprint for your physical body. And also a kind of destiny that you might have. It doesn't mean everything, but certain things that might happen in your life, they're in this seed, right? In the heart. And then there's one in the solar plexus that's up on the edge of the liver that is your emotional permanent seed or your emotional permanent atom. And, not a lot is talked about this, this particular seed. So if you think of the words of Christ, he says, I am the truth, I am the life, and I am the way, right? So the truth is associated with your mental permanent seed, right? It is the pineal gland. It has to do with the mental body. Then when it comes to your life, your health, your physical body, your destiny or your future, the things that might happen in your world, that is tied to this seed in the heart. And this is the life. It's about the life, what's going to happen in the life. And then the emotional seed is the way. And even then, it's like, well, what does that mean? The way is through the higher soul. The way is, you can start coming up with all these things to say about the way. What that really means is you have a choice. Are you going to go through the school of hard knocks and do repetition and live a life always being defensive, always being protective, always doing the same thing over and over again, not really having personal experiences, but living through what a book tells you, or what somebody else tells you to do, or some philosophy that you're following? Or do you embrace this spontaneous aspect? And really, what it is It's in the solar plexus. It's in the liver. And the solar plexus is about comparing and choosing. It's a kind of discernment or discrimination that's there. This is good, this is bad. This is the path, this is not the path. These are the things I commit to, these are things I'm not committing to. So really the way is kind of what people mean by free will. And really the free will is, do I choose darkness, which means ignorance and materialism, of living always trying to manage this life from the point of view of survival, or do I align with the light, and do I cultivate my higher nature? Do I try to be a little bit spontaneous? Do I hold things sacred? And I don't mean intellectually holding things sacred. I mean actually going through and doing things where you step into what that means. And there's a bit of mystery there. There's no like, oh, I'm doing this because it's going to do this result. It's like, I'm doing this because I'm aligning with the light. I'm attuning to the light. I'm letting in the light. You know, the Essenes, way back when, they stopped being driven by how society thought things should be. And they became like self-governing, right? And their whole drive was to align with the light. And so in that, they're referred to as the sons of light. And in different traditions, especially in indigenous traditions, people who are very driven by the drives for survival, they say they worship the money god. They don't worship or align with God or light. They align with those drives of the lower nature of survival, of whatever that might be. And even though if we do it, even in the guise of, but I'm doing a spiritual practice, just because you're walking through the steps, are you aligned with the light or are you not? You know, are you aligned with the school of hard knocks and doing the repetition and those drives for survival and setting your intention for it to be exactly how you want it to be, or you're letting life unfold in front of you and stepping into things that have some mystery to it and have some potential and have the ability for some level or degree of expansion. And so basically when you see an angel that talks about having some sort of guidance, they're trying to guide you away from the darkness, which is just really ignorance. It's repetition and ignorance. It's just not really being aware of the light. You might be aware of the concept, but we're just not aware of the light itself. We might have the idea of it, but that's about it. And so this idea of guidance is just always these like little nudges to like maybe become the son of light, maybe become aligned with the light, maybe attuned to the light, maybe let in a little bit of light, a little bit of spontaneity, a little bit of curiosity, a little bit of, I've done this 500 times and it's not getting better. Maybe I should stop expecting a different result doing the same thing over and over again. And I've really had to have serious talks with myself through the years about that. And I feel that I'm good with it. I catch myself doing it all the time. And this is me being conscious of it. I still catch myself doing it. And it doesn't mean that repetition's not bad, or, I mean, bad. We're always going to have it, but it's not the only thing. Like, that's the only thing that we really have to like embrace is it's not the only thing. There is these other things we need to experience. And if we want healing, if we want connection, if we want to experience love, if you haven't let in some light, you can't experience love. Like love is based on the level or degree that you have let in and experienced light. If you haven't let in something new, then people might be saying love to each other, but they're not really genuinely connecting. We're not really genuinely experiencing divine love or providence. This idea of guidance is about this aspect of free will of am I aligning with the darkness and materialism, and am I aligning with those lower drives of survival, or do I spend a little bit of time aligning with the light? And it doesn't mean that we should avoid life. We shouldn't avoid like making money and doing those things. It's just not to get entangled by it and not let it be the driving force, and to be able to detach, you know, be able to walk away from it when we need to. Even when you get into a situation where it might be a difficult situation, you can do it because hey, there's light in the system. I can walk away when this is done. I don't have to avoid. I don't have to repress. I don't have to run away. I can sit here and be present and then get up and walk out because I'm in a pillar of light. I'm surrounded by light. I'm guided by light. And so this idea of guidance and spiritual leadership, it's the leadership. I don't know. At first, it feels like I'm going to lead all these people, or I'm going to lead. The leadership is you're leading yourself. You're leading your lower nature. You're leading those little aspects of yourself that have gotten wounded or have scar tissue or really are kind of lost and stuck in some traumatic loop, and you're kind of going, hey, let's all start going this way. Let's all start going towards the light. Let's all start moving to something that is different than what we keep doing over and over again. And so, this is the seeking to connect to your higher nature, to your higher self, to more of who you really are rather than our conditioned self. And so, yeah. Anyway, let's do a little practice. Enough of me yakking. So we have the blend out of your kit, Adoniel, and just close your eyes for a moment. And I'd say, let's just think of a time where you're ready for something different or new to happen, and you just don't know how. Could be healing, could be a health issue, could be your shoulder, could be your gut, could be your back, could be your boss, could just be where you're at in life, could be a relationship, and feel it in the body now. And as you feel it in the body, start taking some nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Your awareness is on your body. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. And you're just going to pause and let go. Okay, we're going to put our awareness on our forehead and we're going to take nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Awareness is on the forehead. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Move your awareness to the back head. Go to the back of your head and take nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Your awareness is on the sides of the head. Now your awareness is on your brain. Your awareness is on your brain. Your awareness is still in your brain. Let it sink in a little bit deeper. Just pause and let that go for a moment. Again, your awareness is on your brain. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Go a little bit deeper into the brain. And then just pause and be still. Okay, we're going to do the materialization breath. So you're going to take the bottle, hold it to your chest, chin down, inhale, hold your breath, up, exhale, down, inhale, 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 up, exhale. Okay. Again, bottle to your chest, chin down. 8 or 9 of the materialization breaths. Go at your own pace. You're just being still. Your awareness is back on your brain. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Your awareness is on your brain. And then just let it go. You're just being still. Let it all go. Now, go down to the high heart or the throat and mind or the bottom of the throat, upper part of the chest, up in this area where that little notch is. Your awareness is there. And you're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Now let that go. Let's check in with the body. If you have an issue in your body, put your awareness on that. Like if it's your shoulder, your gut, your hip, your nose, wherever it is, your awareness is on that area. You're still on that area in your body. You're just pausing and being still. Visualize yourself in a ball of light, completely surrounded by a ball of light. Yeah, just ball of light. You're visualizing yourself in a ball of light in front of you, behind you, the left side, the right side, above you, and below you. Now, inhale the oil with your awareness on the ball of light. Just pause and let go. Just let it all go. You're just letting go. Be still and let go. Let's go ahead and share experiences and ask questions. We're going to do some more, but let's just, before we start doing some more, let's get a little bit of feedback or talk some things out for you. Can I unmute or type in?
This is Lorraine. Can you hear me okay?
I don't think you want to talk, huh?
No, you're not hearing the telepathic messages.
Hmm.
This is Lorraine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, would you like, oh no. Yes, Lorraine, would you like to share?
Hey,
Oh,
Larry.
yes, I didn't know if you could hear me.
Oh, you know what? I don't have it so we can hear you. So sorry. That is my fault. Give me one. Okay, go ahead.
Wow, that was absolutely amazing. Even the very first segment, I just went so deep.
Oh, good.
The second segment, thoughts started coming in, but it was so much easier just to let them go.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So that was very powerful. Thank
And I think you bring up a very good point is like, when we go through, when we start doing these processes, like this and you're working with, we say an angelic energy, but really it's an energy with consciousness, right? And how we go through different classes and we go, okay, we're going to listen to the body. We're having the body, we're putting our attention and awareness on an area that's bothering us, or we feel some tension or agitation, and we kind of start to have the mind listen to the body. And then eventually it'll be some emotions, and then like some thoughts will arise and flow through. And the thing that's happening is you're breaking out of a neurological loop. You're completing a loop, and then your body is going into like a restorative phase. And so, like, you are going to have emotions like pass through, or you're going to have like thoughts pass through. And they should most likely pass like clouds. They'll rise up and clouds just don't go blowing by, but they're like, oh, look, it looks like a unicorn. Oh, no, it looks like a dragon. Oh, no, it looks like, it's like the thoughts kind of start to look like different things, but they pass. And if we can keep even our awareness like as they're passing and you keep observing them, it'll start taking you to places that are beyond the senses. Like it is kind of a kind of expansion or a kind of access point to like our higher faculties or our higher nature. Good for you.
And someone shared going so deep. I used the roller ball on the base of the skull before we
Oh, nice,
started.
nice, nice. Yeah, yeah. I'm really digging the doing the rollerball on the back of the head and putting the ointment on the feet and the body tonic on the body. Um, I'm really digging that. We've been doing it almost every night. There's been a few nights like when we were traveling that we didn't do it, but it's like
You know
we,
this.
yeah, it's like I didn't sleep as good because I didn't put my didn't put my stuff on. Yeah.
And go ahead, Brenda.
Hey, Brenda.
Hi, Greg. It was lovely. I got
Good.
really
Good.
relaxed when it came to the end, being in the ball of light, which
Hmm.
felt more like a cocoon of light.
Oh, good. Yeah, yeah.
Um, my teeth started hurting. All
Oh,
like all the roots of my teeth started aching, and so I'm curious about that. And they're still aching.
yeah. I'm not sure what that's about. Your roots started hurting.
I've had braces. So I just wondered if it was history.
You know what it looks like to me is the main men's a little like overactivated. Like sometimes when
Oh.
we're like you're processing something because if you think about like the Ming Men is like it shoots energy up, but part of what it's doing is it's transmuting things in the body, initiating the healing process. And sometimes there can be like even like when there's like an when there's a lot of energy, there can be like an overactivation to assimilate energy. And sometimes there can be excess like up in the head, and that's what it looks like to me. Maybe if you get up and just do like hula hoop motions, going in
Yes.
both
Okay.
directions, that probably will resolve it. I'm not 100% sure, but like if you just kind of unwind, because the Ming Men will shoot energy up, but at some point the body will get a little congested, so it slows down and then it will start to overactivate. So the idea is like if you do the hula hoops, it just moves it through.
hmm Okay. I'm
Yeah.
doing that right now. That's shifting it. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
good, good, good. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And we didn't talk about this last week because people didn't have their angel little packs if they wanted them, but I know a lot of you guys got the angel packs, which definitely not required, but I thought it'd be good if you kind of talked them through like some.
Yeah, so with the angel packs, like what Samantha was talking about is, we just thought, we're trying to make it like a special deal and everything like that, but it's nice to be able to also put it on the body, rub it at the base of the skull. Like anytime you take any of the angelic energies and rub it in at the base of the skull, it does do like a little shift in the brainstem area. And the brainstem area is how we maintain a soul connection into the body. And so it helps with that. And then putting the ointment, which is the still that same um, angel blend, but in an ointment form, and you rub it all over your feet, it kind of grounds it into the body. And then there's a body tonic of the angel, and you can rub it all over your body, or you can just do like your torso. And I would say do it right before bed. that's what we've been doing for the last, like, I don't know, 2, 3 months now. And we do it right before bed. And I mean, I conk out. And, there's a little spray that kind of comes with it that's unique to that particular wine. I mean, you can use other sprays too, but like, it just kind of helps with either cleansing or integration or something like that. And it's a different way of being able to experience that angelic energy because we're wanting it to get deeper and deeper into the body. And so like every week we're kind of doing a thing where we're doing the angel pack and we're making it so that it's like 50 or 60% less than what it should be. Basically, we're just trying to make you guys be able to have an experience if you want it. And so I think the very first one we did was Michael, and I expelled really hard with that one. And then we did Raphael, and I was like, boom, very nice. And then I think I really got stuck on what was the Metatron. I got stuck on Metatron, and like I'd say out of all of them, Metatron has been the one that I've used the most, and so by far. But yeah, I just thought it was like a fun thing for if you want to kind of add that from time to time to your angel journey. We're trying to do it like a week ahead so that next week, like when we're doing the next one, the pack for that is going out this week, and then we're just putting it out for a week, and then you can use it next week when you're doing your journey. So it's not necessary, but I just thought like, if you want to do a deeper dive, it's kind of a little fun thing to do. And
Well,
it's some of the best sleep I've had for a while. I know that.
and we did make it so if you like have an amazing experience with one of these angels, like, any week, and you're just like, oh yeah, this one I really want to go
Yeah.
deeper on, we're keeping the special price all the way through Tuesday night, like through the day. So if you decide, oh no, I want to do this one, like this is my jam, we just wanted to make that available too. So
Yeah.
just for you guys to have some fun options, I highly recommend if you haven't had a chance to play with any of these, because
Yeah, they're
they're
pretty
and
nice.
all of them are so different, just like
They're
any other
very
angel.
different.
So
Yeah, very different. But the other thing that I would say is um, I would encourage you guys also, if you want, do a salt bath with angels sometimes, with the angel blends. Whatever blend you have. I would look at like doing a little bath from time to time. There was these people called the Essenes. I kind of talked about them a little bit at the beginning of the session, and they did a lot of work with angels. And one of the things that they would do is they would do lots of baths, like a daily bath to purify and wash off the old dirt or negative energy so that you could keep experiencing the angels. And you don't necessarily have to do that with an angel blend, but I mean, doing like salt scrubs or like a salt bath with some of the oils that you have, even just single oils, but from time to time doing salt baths is very nice for any sort of healing, but especially when we're doing the angel work, it's a good way to keep the energy moving through the body and keep preparing the body for higher spiritual energies. I'm in the process of doing a little write up for like practices associated with the Essenes with the four elements, like with doing a bath and doing like a stuff with some mud for like the earth and then breathing practice and then looking at a candle while you do some angel work to work the fire aspect and we'll have that out shortly.
and I mean, not to keep saying the application thing, but even with your little bottle, if you're going off
Yeah,
of your kit,
yeah, just take a few
floating,
drops,
yeah,
yeah, and then just and a couple drops and then hit it over there. Yeah, you can just do it with your angel kit.
yeah,
Yeah,
it works good too.
yeah,
Could
yeah.
I ask you a question? Can you hear me? How do
Yes,
you
I can.
spell how do you spell a scene? I'm not familiar with that.
Essene.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we're ready to go deeper.
Deeper. Okay. So we're going to do a thing where we work the ball of light with a little twist. Okay. So again, you have your angel blend and you're visualizing yourself in a ball of light. Visualize yourself completely surrounded by light as you take nice, long, slow, deep breaths. You're still visualizing the ball of light. And then pause and let go. Just let it go. Okay. We're going to do the 4 quadrants, right? So the left side of your body, from the left side of your face, neck, your left shoulder, ribs, your left hip, down the outer leg to the left outer ankle. The front side of the body, the face and throat, the chest, the abdomen, front of the pelvis, down the front of the legs to the tops of your feet. The right side of your body, the whole right side. Right side of your face and neck, your right shoulder, right ribs and hip, down the outer leg to the right outer ankle. Whole right side. And then the back side of the body, the whole back side, back of your head and neck, your whole back, the back of your hips and legs, all the way down to the heels. And then pause and be still. You're visualizing the ball of light. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Okay, you're just pausing and letting go. Now, we're going to do a ball of light, but you're just going to do it around your head, your neck, and the very upper part of your shoulders. So, you know how we come to this area of the high heart? You're going to do a circle around your head, your throat, and just a little bit below that high heart area. So you're visualizing your head in a ball of light. You can see the visual, like right here, like how the head, the neck, and then like just that upper part.
I'm gonna try to.
I can send you a picture that's, yeah, maybe we'll do that. There you go. So here we'll display a picture so you can get an idea. So if you can see around the head, around the neck, and that upper back or high heart area, you're visualizing a circle just like that, but it's a ball of light. You're visualizing the head ball of light. Hmm. Okay, let it go. Just let everything go. Just let it incubate for a moment. Now visualize your whole body again. Your whole body surrounded by light. You're in a ball of light. And let that go. Visualize the ball of light around your head, your neck, and that high heart area. As you visualize this ball of light around your head, take nice, long, slow, deep breaths with the oils. And then just pause and be still. Just let it incubate. Your eyes are closed, you're just letting it go. Now, below your feet, visualize a large lotus in bloom, and you're standing in the middle of the lotus. Inhale as you visualize the lotus below your feet. Just let go. Just let it incubate. We'll save the next step for later. Yeah. So let's go ahead and share experiences, ask questions. You can unmute yourself. You could type in.
Someone said, wow.
Yeah.
I second that. Wow.
Yeah. There's still another piece, but let's get used to these pieces first.
I mean, when you had us do the high heart
Mhm.
ball of light, I don't know what else to call it, but that was a wow. That was, I don't even know what that was. And then when you had us go down to do the lotus below the feet, I still feel like something is like something just like started happening and it has not stopped. Someone shared the ball around the head seems easier to visualize and was very strong.
Yeah. Like when you do the ball around the head, throat, and the high heart, you're mixing the heart and the crown. And by mixing the heart and the crown, you're strengthening the connection between the incarnated soul and the higher soul. You're also helping to form a deeper connection, like in the throat. You know, the crown, the forehead, the ajna are all associated with the higher soul. The heart down is the incarnated soul. And so for us to have a greater connection to the higher soul, guidance, those kinds of things, is the connection between here and up here. You know, there's other connections too, but like here and here has to be connected so that you start to build like this little bridge in the throat. And so, yeah, that helps facilitate that. Yeah, it's kind of like when you do things with your awareness on the heart and the ground, you know, you're really prepping for that ball. The ball is stronger, but if you haven't like prepped for it, you know, still takes a while. But the more you've prepped for it, the stronger that becomes.
I felt like I was able or whatever to connect to the angelic energy like differently, or I don't know if it was more strong, but something with that.
So the thing that I would say is like when you're doing the ball of light around your body, think of it like, you know, we've talked about it a bunch of different ways, but really what you're doing, I mean, there's a lot of things happening there. But when you do the ball of light around the body, you're letting in light. And then once you let in light, then you begin to attune to the light. So when you do the ball of light around the head, the throat, and the upper back, you're starting to not just let in light, but now you're starting to kind of like tune into it or like to attune to it. You're starting to kind of harmonize with it. Where at first it's just like, okay, I'm experiencing it, but as it comes in, it's like, it's not really organized yet. It's not really harmonized within the body. It's just movement, right? And so when you start to do the ball of light around the head, the neck, and the upper back, then you're starting to attune to the light and it's starting to kind of harmonize a little bit. Right? Then when you go down to the lotus below your feet, not only are you attuning to the light, but now you're starting to align with the light. And this is an important part because as you begin to align with the light, you're shifting the different aspects of your will to not just be about survival and not just to be about I want what I want and I'm maintaining this right? You're you're shifting the will to go, yeah, that light thing, I want more of that. I'm aligning to that. I'm going to do whatever it takes to keep that light coming in and to stay like kind of in that light even if I'm not visualizing it, so you're bringing the aspect of the will into working with the light, you know, and then there's still one more piece, but we'll get to it at some point. And this is already a lot to digest. So let's digest this and then we will do the other piece.
Someone shared ball around head area was really expansive.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. It's very good for the brain. Very, very, very good for the brain.
No, we did it tonight with the practice with this angel, but this
You
pack
do it with
can
any
be with
angel,
any of the
any
angels.
angel. It's just we chose this night to do it, but could have been last week. It could have been next week. It could have been, 5 weeks from now.
And that's kind of going to be true as we
Yeah.
go through.
This is going to be happening for a year. Like we're going to be like, and then another thing. Yeah, we're going to be these ideas of journeys and things. It's more than just us doing the same thing over and over again. We're going to be working it.
And go ahead, Donita, then Barbara.
Hey, Donita.
Hi, Greg, and everyone. Oh my.
How'd
Um,
that treat you?
right now, well, I'll start with earlier. Earlier, I thought, I put my mala, did the rollerball on my back head, I was like, oh, I'm ready. And I could feel it, it's like I was present. I didn't fly somewhere deep. But then I got
Mhm.
up when we finished and we were talking. I got up and it's just like, whoa.
Yeah, a lot happened. A lot happened.
Oh, it's like I couldn't even move. I mean, I moved, but my whole head was spinning. And now with a ball of light around my head and throat, like I ajna forehead and the throat, I can feel my throat, like that neck part, the higher lower.
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't know. It's like there is something in it, but it more maybe it's just expanded, and it's like almost wants to come out of.
Yeah, you are going to throw off like lower vibrational energy. That's why we just, haven't gone rushing into this. Like, we kind of keep like, we do a bit and then we do the circle and then we do the ball and then, we kind of keep playing with it. But um, you are going to throw off lower vibrational energy. And so, the longer we work with it, the more the body will get acclimated. But usually the first few times you're like, "Ugh." And then you start to get used to it. And then it starts to be more of a thing. But this is very much about bringing light into the body and light into the bones and into the bone marrow and and the blood. More than anything, it's about bringing light into the blood. You know, the so the being that's behind me is Zangapa. And Zangapa, back in the day, told his disciples to go out and teach people to let in the light, or to work the light. And it's the same idea with Katumi, with Astara, is all about the light, and draws upon Zangapa's teachings quite a bit. um, I actually think they're the same being, but um, yeah, there's a bunch of practices, within different traditions that are all about the light. That's the practice, is just working light. And yeah, that was
with
a deeper practice tonight. Yeah.
oh, that was yummy.
Mhm.
And I love the lotus as well, because as soon as I started inhaling on that, I mean, right now, even I'm like, my body is vibrating, and there is
Yeah.
so, like, my feet are burning, my feet,
Yeah. As soon
my
as you start to
palms.
visualize the lotus below you, it starts moving energy up, up,
Mm.
up, 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 up.
Because I can feel my spine, like right now, like my feet, my palms are burning, like
Yeah.
really, and my spine and front and back heart is like. But when we started, I felt so much energy rushing, and I was like, woo! Probably in the past, I couldn't have been. I can't even talk. Like a few months ago, maybe, I wouldn't be able to actually stand still, sit still to to let that energy move through. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I do. Oh, well, trust me. Yeah, yeah, I do. Uh, the thing that I would say about the lotus, it's not just the lotus below the feet. It's like doing the ball around the body, then doing the ball around the head, and then doing the lotus. When you do those and you get to the lotus below your feet, it's it's very regulating to the dysregulation in the nervous system. But it's kind of weird. It's like your body has to be able to handle that, because it is an energy that kind of like shifts, and it's stronger than just doing some of the things we've been doing. And when your body starts to shift like that, if it's not been prepped with like the things that we do all the time, even just a little bit, what happens is when you start to shift, your body pushes back and tries to protect or defend against the shift. And so that can cause a lot of disruption in the body and stuff. And so, but you guys have been prepping for a while. It was time. I almost did it last week, and then I was like, oh, maybe another month, and then I was like, we're doing it tonight.
Thank you, Greg. This is amazing.
Yeah,
And
you're so welcome.
if my body, like, it's hot right now, is that part of
Yeah.
it?
Well, Kundalini's moving up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It'll regulate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, because it doesn't feel uncomfortable. It's just
No,
hot.
no, it's in a regulated way, but like the heat is
Uh,
just
I wasn't gonna say that, but but I'm gonna might as well. There was a dragon in the ball of light
nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
moving, so it's like, oh, hello.
Yeah. Sometimes dragon, sometimes you might see like flashes of silver.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
This is I mean, this is beyond amazing. Thank you, thank
Good.
you, thank you.
And we have just a minute, Barbara.
Hey, Barbara.
I'll be quick. And thank you for this. It was amazing and lovely and wow, in a very tolerable, able to hand it way. My question is, I know we're focused on angel energy, but could you also do this practice with any of the deity oils?
Yeah, yeah,
Are there any you wouldn't do it with? Okay. Thank you
yeah.
so
Like,
much.
yeah, you go for it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, you guys, thanks for hanging out. We're gonna move over to the Astara prayer petition blessing. And tomorrow night we are doing a deeper dive in vagal tone. It might have a little bit of a theme of some of the stuff we did tonight, but in a little bit more clinical way. So join us if you can. And this weekend, 2 free 1-dayers. The immune system and etheric chords, and surprises for both of those. So join us if you can.